Welcome back, everyone, to the 100% free-to-play, zero-to-hero Shadowverse Worlds Beyond series. It is time today for the first ever lobby tournament, at least on this channel. I played in the first one. This is technically the second one here. All right, we got to figure out how to join this here again. Lobby tournament, click on it, and then we click enter, and then it takes us to this screen. Okay, all right, you would kind of expect the button that says enter to just enter you into the tournament, but I guess not. All right, let's try it again. Tournament. Here we go. Select a deck. We are going to be playing Runecraft here. Just show you a quick of the deck if anybody wants to take a look real quick. So you can just kind of pause or rewind. Basically, I'm trying out this Juno Visionary Alchemist right now and trying out a bunch of one-ofs just to see how I feel about them. Plus basically 3 of all the legendaries and 1 of the rulers, which I think is fairly standard. I've actually been doing pretty decently with this deck recently. So I'm actually hoping we're going to get some decent results here. Let's see what happens here. Here we go, everybody. And of course, with Shadowverse, you can't ever have anything in this game that's just kind of a purely positive, everybody. That's kind of the rule of Shadowverse, I've learned. Nothing can ever be kind of purely good in this game. So of course, I do have one complaint, which is the time. All right, and then of course, I guess there's always some glitches too. Something happened. All right, let's retry it. All right, looks like we're in weekend lobby tournament. There's always some issue, something that makes the game kind of not as good as it could be. What's the problem with these lobby tournaments? The problem is the time. If you live in America, it's in the morning on Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays and Sunday mornings. This isn't when I want to be doing this. I'm not a morning person, everybody. Why can't they just make it for the whole day on Saturday and Sunday? It's so dumb. Failure to be ready within the time limit will result in a loss. Okay, it's like I'm already here. I just joined. Obviously, I want to play the game. Come on, yo. So yeah, actually the first tournament that was ever done, I literally had to play it in a car because I was on my first trip in like 3 years. All right, we're playing against Portalcraft. Big surprise. I think that's going to be kind of the main thing you see. In the first tournament I did play in, did end up playing against quite a bit of Portalcraft. I guess I'll go with the Anagrea. I'll try the Remy, and we will hope to get a Earth rune here. I'm kind of trying, I don't know what you want to call it. It's kind of like a hybrid. It's like hybrid spell rune. It's probably not really, that great, but I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I am enjoying it. This hand is just absolutely excellent, by the way. Jeez, and the dimension climb? Man, can't really get any better than this hand, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drop, plus the dimension climb, Anagrea. It's ridiculously good.
Oh dear, I would give anything.
All right, we can just trade that off. Could use the Stormy Blast to try to get in for 2, but no, I don't think that's right.
Homework's too hard.
Ooh, second.
Amazing.
Remy, that is pretty good.
My life.
I've been able to get some Portalcraft wins with this deck. I was playing this week. I finally ranked my group up. All right, we've got some options, but start the Remy, I think, here.
I don't want to hurt you.
I'm fine with that. And then I'd say most likely Anagrea next turn, probably. Do have the Remy and the Storm Blast as an option, but playing Anagrea on turn 5 with the evolution is, I feel like it's pretty much always the right call, right? I imagine there's probably going to be an evolution on the 2-3 here. Yep, there it is.
Calculated. Just loving someone won't keep them safe.
Just loving someone won't keep them safe. That's a good line. I like that line. That's a great line. All right, this is going to be a pretty strong Anagrea here, as it pretty much always is. The Remy, really, y'all, I really like this deck. I really do like this deck. I like it. I like this kind of hybrid style. Is it going to be the strongest? Well, seeing as how the little bit of results I've seen, the only thing I've done is I looked at, there was some tournament that was posted on Reddit. It was like the first tournament, I guess. There was, I think, 2 lists of Spellcraft, and they were both kind of just the same, just totally spell-oriented. So this one's obviously a little different with some runes, some Remy's, the Alchemist. So is it the best? I don't know, probably not, but I do like it a lot. All right, man, this is just so insane with Remy getting these 6 damages so often with this. And the Starry-Eyed Penguin Wizard. Is it any good? Probably not. But as I've said on this channel a few times, I like to have some fun and kind of try a lot of different cards to also just kind of sort of get some reps in and get some experience, All right, what are we going to be doing here? Where's this homework time at? 0 out of 5? I think I am. The thing is, because I've been trying out this Alchemist finally now in this deck, kind of changed the way I play a little bit, because I've actually been kind of trying to save that first evolution now a little bit longer and use it on the Alchemist. So I'm actually going to just do this. I'm gonna try the same play as usual. I'm gonna try to save that evolution for the Alchemist. Is it actually the correct play here? I'm not 100% convinced it is. And because I don't have any of the clones here either, it was probably just not correct, because I probably should. This Remy, this is why I really do like this in this deck also. And after this set's done, I'm going to be really interested to see. Oh man, that's quite unfortunate.
This might hurt.
God, that card is just so ridiculously good.
Why seek to fall from paradise?
Oh, only did a regular evolution. I'm surprised. Wow, I am really surprised. Only the regular evolution. Now, you can also always super evolve the Alchemist if you need to. But we're obviously going to be looking for something probably a little different than that. Stormy Blast probably is going to be what I'm going to end up using here. Get rid of the 7/4. And I probably will end up Starry-Eyed Penguining. And probably just an evolution. But, all right, that's a pretty nice draw. All right, let's go ahead and use Penguin here.
See me fly?
Okay, that would have been nice a little bit earlier. I think it's going to be worth it to go ahead and get the 2 spell boosts. And we'll finish off the 2/2. Then again, oof, I don't know. This one's actually kind of tough. I think I'm actually just going to trade that off.
It is what it is.
And leave it like that. Oh, boy. All right, I'm guessing we got an Orcus coming in here. There it is. Oof, yeah.
And gained a heart.
Oh, boy. Well, that's basically why I saved the Stormy Blast, because I want to use it on the Orcus.
I want to be heard.
These Sage Light teachings have been just so good. Because they allow us to actually kind of sort of try to get like a control victory, you know? Oof, yeah, I kind of screwed up on this one. Yep, huge, massive screw up. I needed to evolve the Penguin. That was a huge mistake. This would have gone up to 2, which would have killed this. Then I attack into here and then use the Stormy Blast on the Orcus. I'm still going to be able to basically kind of do it, but yeah, kind of quite unfortunate. All right, things are just genuinely not looking good here. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. I actually kind of feel like getting the little bit of the distraction from recording my voice here. Probably making me play a little worse. If they've got the Orcus here, we are going to be dead. Double Orcus. All right. Could I have beat the double Orcus? Could I have beat the double Orcus this match? I don't know, y'all. Could I beat it?
I want to be heard. Let down your guard.
I would have taken 2 less this turn. I would have still been alive because I would have evolved the Penguin, would have taken 2 less last turn, got the Sage Light. It's possible I could have. Maybe, I don't know. My draw was also kind of like weak-ish, I guess. As everyone knows, double Orcus can be a little bit challenging to fight through. I have beat it with this deck before, multiple times. Or, well, I beat it at least once that I can remember. All right, we'll be back for the next one. All right, here we go. Round 2, we are up against Dragoncraft. I think I should have a pretty decent match against Dragoncraft. I think I've done pretty well so far against it.
This brings me back.
All right, we're going first. Annie Gray, Remy, still like these. The Sage Light Teachings, I've been really liking this in this deck. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this Penguin Wizard. Pretty likely also that Penguin Wizard's going to ultimately just come out of the deck, but let's see. All right, and we got the Juno. The Sage Light Teachings, man, I really think this is kind of a strong card. The one problem we have here is we have no 1 or 2 drop, which is a little unfortunate, but I think it's possible to be all right even when you miss it.
You may approach.
All right, draw 2 cards. I guess they're playing more of a control variant. This Sage Light Teaching, this is, I don't very often use it for the rune option, but as you can see, it can be pretty good for the rune option even. Probably going to be really good with this Juno, I have a feeling, actually. And then, all right, we get very strong turn 4 Remy. This card is one of the strongest turn 4 plays, I think, isn't it? I actually feel like this is like, out of every class, maybe this is like the best turn 4 play in the game, Remy.
The winged musician dons a mask.
All right, that's going to get Anne and Gray out, I'm pretty sure. Which is going to be very strong. All right, well, they've been able to get 2 ramps. That's pretty good. And we are going to end up evolving this Juno, I think. And we're going to get to see the power of the Juno here, which should be pretty good. Anne and Gray, as always, ridiculously powerful.
Defeat is not an option.
I don't think there's been any major decisions we've had to make here. Everything's been pretty straightforward. All right, well, oh man, they are going to take some serious damage here. Okay, they get to restore 2, but oh man, they've only got 4 left. Okay, they're going to get a regular evolutions. Not going to do anything. This person maybe kind of dead here. Okay, well, they've at least got that. Okay, otherwise, man, they would have been really in trouble, I feel like. All right, we are going to actually end up getting this Juno off. So let's go ahead and do it. Kind of see how good this is. I'm almost gonna mess up there. Almost. Wow. That Juno really is pretty good, everybody, isn't it? The fact that you also get the 4 damage.
The legends are true. Ouch.
Not bad, right?
You're done for.
Go ahead and get the evolution.
Messes with my
Now, one thing that's a little bit of an issue with this deck is with the Quone, it doesn't really combo, you know, as well as you'd really like it to. Because unfortunately, you know, on your board, you end up just kind of taking up too much space on the board. And if you got multiple of these Earth Sigils, because of that, will probably end up super evolving a Remy Ramy. And again, I do really like how this Remy Ramy, you get this option where if you don't draw any Quone, this can be your super evolution target. And it's still really good as a super evolution target. And even here, like when your board's all kind of gummed up a little bit. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? They're super evolving. That's what they're using? They're super evolution? What? Oh. Okay, well, they got plenty of mana, so let's see what they got. Okay, this will work all right with our Quone here. Gonna get them down to 10. Yeah, I am totally fine with this. Get them down to 10, and then if we can get to 10 mana, we can get that 10 damage smack with the second Quone. Obviously there's a lot of luck in this game. But with that said, you know, this deck, because I have so much cycling in this deck, it's so common. Like the last game, honestly, it's been a long time since I had a game like that last game where I only drew like, what, one legendary? I guess I did get the climb also. But like most of the time you get multiple legends because there's just so much cycling. There's all these one mana, there's the Foresight, there's the Rune one that draws a card. And then I'm playing the one or two, I think, of the Astrologer. All right, that's a little bit unfortunate. Unfortunately, we were kind of sort of missing our good cards to deal with this 9/9. This deck actually has a lot of ways to deal with that, but I just didn't really draw it here. So that actually is going to end up being a little bit troublesome here. This Arcane Eruption, I've been testing it out for quite a while. You know, like I said, I like to test a lot of this stuff out. Let me get one draw here. Another homework time. Oh boy, I guess I unfortunately have to use one more of these, but it kind of makes it where I'm not going to be able to win the match anymore. Like, I don't know how I'm going to win anymore with this, but ugh, yeah, darn. This Arcane Eruption is probably going to end up being swapped out, actually. It's probably going to be swapped for the one that's for 4 mana, and you just kill whatever they're... All right, come on. There we go. Get 4 damage here. I think I'll save the Demonic Call. I got plenty of stuff out here. So they're going to need basically another copy of what they just had, which won't surprise me to see them have it. But if they don't have it, depending on what they have, could be pretty good because, for example, they could just have some Garyus, and I think I can fight through a Garyu. I guess we'll have to see. I can't remember how well that's going to pair up against this board. But yeah, oh, okay, there's the Garyu. But yeah, this Arcane Eruption, oh yeah, I've been using it for a while, and yeah, I think it's kind of not really good enough. I think this is going to be one of my next cuts, is that Arcane Eruption. It's just often and of course it's going to depend on the meta, obviously, right? But all right, we've got a 2. It's just not going to be, oh, they got my 2. There it goes. All right, well, the Arcane Eruption is going to be actually at least kind of decent here. I think we're just going to kind of clear the board and start drawing. We're going to be looking for probably ending the game out with the Dimension Climb and the 10/10 Ruler of the Cocktease. All right, I gotta do a little calculating here. All right, I think we are going to Arcane Eruption, and then we'll have an Anangrea. It's not going to be quite enough. Oh, we do have the Demonic Call also. Okay, let's go ahead and try this. All right, let's do the Arcane Eruption. Ooh, that was a nice draw. All right, it's gonna be 2. All right.
I give up.
Impressive.
There we go. And then that's 3 and 3. So let's go ahead and get this guy out. And let's just go ahead and do it here. Kind of screwing up a little bit here. Running out of time as usual when I'm doing... Ooh, that was nice. And let's do a draw. And... Oh, ah! Dang it. Oh man, you know, I am absolutely terrible at talking through these matches while I'm also trying to play them. I'm so bad at it. Oh man, I keep running out of time. This match is actually looking really good though still. Oh man. Actually looking great here. Okay. By the way, this Quone is so good, even just played at 10 mana, even when you run out. I've been kind of learning that recently. All right, how do we want to do this one? I'm thinking probably some Anangrea action here. Really unfortunate we don't have the Dimension Climb. Quone also doesn't seem too bad. Would really love to get that Dimension Climb before I start using this Anangrea. So I think I'll just use one Anangrea this turn. Okay, so that's good, for example. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just use one this turn. Okay, that's nice. Get 2 of the Williams. That's going to be very nice. Go ahead and get this Anangrea out. Alright, this should be alright, I think. And I think I will go ahead and engage the Witch's New Brew. So they got a lot of life. I'm telling y'all, this Sage Light has been feeling really good. So many times I need that extra 4 healing to be able to not die in a lot of matches. This is really good, getting both of these Williams up to massive values. Just missing 1 dimension climb, drawn through most of our deck, then set us up for the Ruler of the Cocktease victory, which is a very common way that you close the games out. All right, there's the Twilight Dragon. That is actually going to be all right, because we are going to be able to Anne and Greya to finish it off. So we can use this one just for 4. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because we can play the Anne and Greya first. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I miscalculated here. Gonna be sick. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, everybody. Small miscalculation. Anne and Greya is for 5. So this is what we're gonna have to do here. We're gonna have to use the Sage Light, so it's gonna be 4 to everybody. Yep. And this is why I'm glad I got that ticked up 1 last turn. Then we're going to go ahead and deal 4 to everybody, which is very commonly used as well. I am really liking that card. And then we'll go ahead and put this out here. Then we've got Double William to take care of a lot of potential problems in the future. The fact that we are at the 14, now, you know, our opponent's going to get the chance to, like, go ahead and use that 10 mana guy that's got, like, 9 power to hit us directly in the face. I can almost guarantee that's going to be the play this turn. I've been getting a lot of mileage out of these clones for 10 mana without any super evolves left. I didn't even realize it had ward until recently. Makes it quite strong, actually. Uh-oh. All right. Slightly scary, but okay. Gets it to 5. We're going to have the William. Okay. Oh boy, everybody. We just needed, unfortunately, we're missing one thing. We may lose here because I basically was missing, I needed like 1 more rune to be able to put a defender out. We can clear their board, obviously. And then both this Dazzling Rune Knight and the Remy Ramy would have given us a defender. Clone also could give us a defender, but that's for 7 mana. We can't quite get there. Oh man, everybody. Oh, this is going to be such a sad loss, everyone. It's going to be so sad. I could also play the Quan and then trade off, or not trade, but do that. I don't know that Dragoncraft really has any way to deal with that. I think I may have to actually go ahead and do that since I'm kind of missing defenders. What does Dragoncraft has that can get through that? I actually can't think of anything, so that's actually what we're going to do, everybody. I know this play probably seems insane, but I just can't. We're going to find out what they have. We're going to find out if they have any way to deal with it. Like, even the 9/9, you know, still doesn't kill this, so it's kind of blocking here. And then we're setting up for a William next turn. You got to play to your outs, everybody. Somebody's got to tell me, what can Dragoncraft have that can get through this? Genuinely cannot think of anything. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, everybody. That's why I did this. You got to make the bold plays sometimes, everybody. Wow. They had to trade that off or they were going to die, I think. Oh my gosh. We desperately need to be able to get 1 more defender here, or we are still probably going to lose. That's not going to do anything. I think I may actually have to use this Starry-Eyed Penguin just to try to get 1 defender. Yep, as always, unfortunately, that is actually what I'm going to do here because I'm pretty scared. Oh, okay, the Sage Light Teachings is really nice. That gets us up to 10, and then they can't kill us. I've been telling you, I love these Sage Light Teachings, and this is exactly why I love it. I could also get a defender out, but yeah, I don't know. Is a defender better? They can always potentially kill off the defender, so I'm just going to restore my defense. Possible that could be a mistake. And then we'll go ahead and spell boost our hand. We're ready to dimension climb next turn. Even though not necessarily that great. So now we are relatively safe-ish here. It still is going to be very unfortunate we can't play a defender out, but okay, things are actually... Oh, okay, there's the 3rd one. They get the hit. Oh no, everybody. Ooh, we needed that so badly. Oh no, and we lost. Oh, we needed our 3/3 to have the defense. Now we've got the Remy Ramy, but we can't do the William. Okay, we can use the Storm Blast on the 5/2, and then we can get a Remy Ramy. I think that's what we're gonna have kind of no choice, have to do it that way, unfortunately. Which is kind of gonna just have to be kind of good enough, I guess. Okay, before we do this, let's play the Witch's New Brew first, since we draw and see what we get. All right, a Foresight. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna 1 and 5 mana. I want to boost this up by 1 again, I think, probably. So 4, 5, that's gonna be 6 mana. All right, let's go ahead and do 1 more draw. Oh my god, finally, everybody. Jeez, we needed that a while ago. All right, let's go ahead and kill this off.
I'll remember you.
Gonna get a couple draws. Now, at this point, does it matter that we boost this up? I think it doesn't really matter one way or another, so let's just go ahead and boost it up. All right, and then we get a defender, so they can't kill us with the 9 mana guy. All right, it's all going to kind of depend now on what happens here. This was a fun match. I'm pretty sure I made some mistakes, but it was a kind of a fun, enjoyable match. Okay, they discarded a card. Ooh, that was nice. Divine Thunder. Not that it doesn't matter here, but all right. I think I have no choice but to use the William. So the Divine Thunder is basically unnecessary. Do I want to deal 18 or 19 damage? Man, this is going to be kind of an unfortunate... I'm going to be real sad, everybody, when I lose this one. But hey, it was a good match, I think.
Yeah, I'm done.
I don't really need to engage this Witch's New Brew anymore, I don't think, so I'm not going to. All right, so we're going to just leave it at that. There it is, everybody. Oh, man.
All burnt out.
So sad. But yeah, I'll just end this video. We are going to come back and do the final 2 rounds here. But I want to just end this video by just shouting out, is there ever anything in Shadowverse that can kind of just be good with no downside? What do y'all think about the time of these lobby tournaments? You know, I have like an English audience, obviously, probably a lot of Americans. What do y'all think? I mean, isn't it kind of dumb to have these things in the mornings on Saturdays and Sundays? Why couldn't they just do like the full day? I'm assuming they want to have it to where, like, you know, they make sure that the lobbies are filling quickly enough. But I mean, the game is like one of the most popular games right now. It's a huge game right now. So I think they could just pretty much make it all day, or they could even break it up into 2 different time chunks of like 3 hours and 3 hours, like split apart a little bit. Y'all, is it just me? Isn't this kind of like a stupid decision? It's like everything in Shadowverse, it's always like really good and great, always with like one really stupid, dumb decision. I feel like that kind of makes it to where it can't get to the potential that it could get to. Does any of y'all feel that way too? All right, let's get into the next match. I'm going to come back in the next video with these final 2 for those that want to see a little more action of this kind of Runecraft action.